Welcome back to another episode of Hollywoodbets Trackside with Anthony Delpech. Some exciting racing at Turffontein on Saturday, where Hollywood Racing have two runners in Grade 1 races. Bus Stop and Hounslow will take his place in the Grade 1 Tab SA Classic, and Milenzi Duduma will take his place in the Grade 1 Volkerbusch Drift HF Oppenheimer Horse Chestnut Stakes. And exciting to see runners in the Grade 1 races.
Yeah, obviously it's going to be a tough task for both of them, but I'm actually looking forward to Bus Stop in Hounslow because I really do think he's a smart horse, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's in the winner's box.
That will be exciting. And then racing on Sunday takes place at Hollywoodbets Scottsville. Don't forget about the free-to-play Hollywoodbets Punters Challenge. Good weekend's racing. Hopefully it's a profitable one. Start off at Turffontein on Saturday in race 2, the listed Stormbird Stakes. Anthony's best bet is number 1, Read All About It, from the Mike and Matthew de Kock stable. Richard Free in the saddle, and he was impressive when winning on debut.
Yeah, he was very impressive, and I'm sure there's a lot more improvement. And obviously Bengo he's got 3 kgs on him now after their last run, but I just believe that Read All About It is going to improve a lot from his first run, and he'll be a very hard horse to beat.
We move on to race 6, and it's a Grade 1 Volkerbusch Drift SA Fillies Classic, and I'm in the camp of number 1 Espumante Dolce from the Mike and Matthew de Kock stable. Raymond Danielson in the saddle. She won a good race in the Grade 2 Volkerbusch Drift Gauteng Fillies Guineas, and stepping up to 1800 shouldn't be a problem.
No, I don't think the trip will be a problem with her. I think she is a real smart filly, and she's also my first choice. I think she'll take a lot of beating.
And then in race 7, it's a Grade 1 Tab SA Classic, and I believe that Alec Laird holds the hand here. He's got Parisian Walkway that obviously won the first leg of the Triple Crown with the Grade 2 Tab Gauteng Guineas. Then he's got Fire Attack, who was scratched for that race, and Aristotle, who also ran behind him that race. And what would you be your first choice here?
I think Fire Attack would be my first choice. I think he looks like a real smart horse, and I think Alec Laird obviously holds the key for the race. Saying that is our horse, obviously Bus Stop in Hounslow, is at the rating he's going to find it really tough, but I think he's a horse on the up, and he could run into the money.
I'm very, very happy with the horse. He's doing extremely well. We have a very informed jockey in Ryan Munger, and I think if we get some luck in running, he'll go very close.
Then we move on to race 8, and it's a Grade 1 Volkerbusch Drift HF Oppenheimer Horse Chestnut Stakes. My best bets on the card is number 1 Main Defender from the Tony Peters stable, Gavin Arena in the saddle. He's in good form heading into this race. He won this race last year, and for me, he should take power of beating. Hollywood Racing is represented by number 4 Milenzi Duduma from the Gerald van Zyl stable, Raymond Danielson in the saddle. He was in need of his last start, but takes a big rise in class here.
Yeah, he does take a big rise in class, and it is going to be his toughest task, but he's doing very well, and you might as well take your chances, and he might run into the money.
He's in a good space. He's doing well. He came out of his run 2 weeks ago very well. He's going into this race fit and sound, and at his best.
In race 9 is a Grade 3 Tab JJ the Jet Plane Stakes, and Hollywood Racing are represented by number 6 Don't Shoot the Barman from the Clinton Binder stable, Jared Penny in the saddle. His last 2 starts have been good, and this is a tough task for him.
Yeah, it is a very, very tough task for him. I think he'll find his work cut out there.
We're hoping for a good run. Very strong field.
We close off in race 10 as the Volkerbusch Drift Maiden Plate. The Hollywood Racing are represented by number 2 Amanda Ngawetu from the Clinton Binder stable, Andrew Fortune. Good to see him back in the saddle, and he returns to the half vault, and in this field I make him a big runner.
Yeah, my biggest concern is a very big horse, and I feel he's a horse that's going to get a mile plus, and I'm just concerned about the 1160 at Turffontein. Could be a little bit too quick for him, and that could find him out.
Yeah, he's well. I'm just a little bit worried about the distance, but he seems to have a chance in that race.
Racing on Sunday takes place at Hollywoodbets Scottsville, and we'll start off in race 1 where Anthony's best bet is number 2 Mystic Dancer from the Robbie Hill stable, Andrew Fortune in the saddle. She really caught the eye on debut.
Yeah, she was a bit unlucky on her first run, and she was finishing the race off very, very well. And obviously now going the 1200 meters is going to suit her down to the ground. I think she's the best bet on the card.
In race 2, Hollywood Racing are represented by number 1, Love, Love, Love from the Stuart Ferry stable. Serena Moodley in the saddle, and she's having her first run for the yard.
Yeah, she hasn't shown much in the morning, and obviously she has been disappointing in the 2 starts. I think she just want to see some sort of improvement, and then you can follow her.
Her work seems to be improving week by week all the time. So this being her 3rd run, we'll get a rating, and then we'll be able to plan from there.
My best bet comes in the same race in the form of number 8, Green Light Queen from the Tony Riverland stable. Craig Zaki in the saddle. She ran a good race in her last start over this course and distance. She's coming along the right way, and in this field I think she'll take a power of beating. Move on to race 7, and Hollywood Racing are represented by number 7, Lazwile Lali from the Michael Roberts stable. Rachel Vennick in the saddle. She returns from an 11-week break.
Yeah, I'm really a bit concerned. I think she might be a bit better around the turn, maybe a little 1400, although she has won a 1200, but I think that was at Greyville. She is a filly that when Keegan won on her, she said she needs a little bit of time to mature, so I think she might just need this run, and her next run will be a spot-on run.
She's doing well, and I might just put a pair of blinkers on her. I'll get to decide on the blowout probably on Friday.
And we close off in race 8, where Hollywood Racing are represented by number 5, Luhamba Pambili. Mkolisu Mbutsu takes 4 kgs off for Gareth Van Sale, and he returns to KZN.
Yeah, I think you got to put a line through his last run. He missed the start, and he's the kind of horse that really likes to bowl along in front, and things didn't really map out for him. Obviously, he gets the kid that minuses 4 kgs, which will help. I think if she comes out the gate, he comes out the gate well, he'll definitely be there in the money.
He's freshened up nicely, and he's doing well. He's a sound, happy horse. He's familiar with Scottsville. He loves the 1,000-meter trip, so expect him to be very competitive there.